The Association of Boxing Commissions and Combative Sports has made a significant change to its rules. In a recent meeting, the committee voted unanimously to lift the ban on 12-6 elbows. As of November 1st, 2024, fighters will be allowed to use this elbow strike. This change now gives Jon Jones the opportunity to appeal and potentially have the only loss on his record overturned. Jon Jones took the opportunity to post his approval via Instagram.
Looking at that, my man's talking about, okay, the rules is now being changed, right? But that means you can go and erase something that happened nearly a decade ago. Like, in your mind, how does that work? Do you think the rule change of today can affect what happened years ago, or is the rule change affecting from here on now? This is the rules we're following. Please talk to me about that one.
Firstly, McDane, when are you sending me Jon Jones gear? Because like I'm a Jon Jones fucking. Like, please send it.
You're a Jon Jones fucking.
And I see you got a haircut, nice haircut, bro.
This is
the mop is
thing
gone.
we have to deal with Yao when
mate.
he's backstage. He be doing all kind of crazy shit. You know what I mean? Now he's talking about his Jon Jones.
I ain't sending him that glove because he knows what I'm going to be doing in that glove. He ain't doing that in that glove. You know what I mean?
Oh my
so
God.
on the rule changes, look, it's tricky because essentially we've all said for a long time that loss shouldn't count on his record. He's still technically undefeated, just like Chael Sonnen, So I don't know, but I want to take it very, 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 very far back. Very far back. If we look at Cecil John Rhodes. Now, I'm not sure if everyone knows who that is, South African history, but he basically was the guy who had two countries named after him, Northern and Southern Rhodesia, which is now Zambia and Zimbabwe. If we go back and change rules, what does it mean? Does it make a difference to what happened back in time? So for me, if I look at Jon Jones and I look at how we view history, everyone already views him essentially as undefeated. We all watch the clip of him losing that fight to a 12-6 elbow, and we say, but that doesn't make sense. The ref should have stopped the fight. For me, the real question is, was the 12-6 elbow ever dangerous? If it was, then they shouldn't be revoking the rule. If it wasn't, then yeah, let's go back and say, but that was a kind of a stupid rule. However, if you don't play by the rules of your time, going back to Cecil John Rhodes, if you don't play by the rules of your time, you will always lose, which Jon Jones did. He didn't play by the rules of the time. So for me, it's tricky because I would love to say, look, let's go back, let's change history. But unfortunately, we all play by the rules of our time. If I go and murder someone now, and murder is, oh, well, then again, if I think about the law, if I murder someone now and the reason I murdered him changes in 5 years, they will release me. So, okay, let's go, Jon Jones. Actually, if I think about how law works, like just law, yeah, that's what happens. That's what the repeal on cannabis
that's not
law
always
now.
what happens. Like, yeah, I mean,
With
not everybody's
cannabis-
not everybody's out of jail for smoking weed, though, son. You can't sit and say that. Like, I know where you're going with it, and I knew exactly where you were going with it, but that is not the God whole truth. You know what I mean? Like, there's still people in jail for smoking fucking weed. Tell you that right now.
But we're all talking about them getting out once the laws are fully approved. And I think maybe Jon Jones kind of falls into that category of how the law works. So when laws get repealed, you go back. That's what happens. I personally don't agree with it. But generally, if you repeal, go and exonerate those who had committed a crime based on a law that is now not legal.
Magdane, I mean, when you look at the way,
fuck your appeal, don't even ask me these questions.
the way Yao's just broken down that question there. I mean, how you looking at it? Because I'm kind of leaning towards some same thought process we was just talking about, bro.
What, you think they should be appealed and given to him, and it shouldn't be a loss?
No. Hey, listen, for me, like if I got busted for weed 10 years ago, and then 10 years later they make weed legal, do you think I'm gonna now go to the fucking government and say, yeah, can you erase that?
No, give me the money back from what I paid on that fine.
You know what I mean? Like fucking that don't work like that. And him crying to Dana as well, like, hey, yo, Dana, well, can you say about fucking We know it's Dana's fucking love.
Jon
child.
Jones privilege
You know,
might be fucking real, you know, but
it could be fucking real, because if that fucking happens, bro, I don't know what kind of door that opens for some of the other fighters that's been in, like, okay.
my exact point as well.
Put it this way, yeah. Look at how they've brought in VAR and whatever into football, right? So the law changes, but every team that got affected by this law can then go and complain about the law that happened 10 years ago before VAR was introduced and say, yeah, we couldn't check this fucking goal. Yeah, that fucking goal that Rooney stopped Arsenal on the 49th fucking game, it was a fucking dive. Now, can you give us the 50th fucking game? Because we now know if there's VAR, they would have seen that Rooney dive and they were in the fucking penalty and United wouldn't have won that fucking game.
And Arsenal would be Champions League winners against Barcelona.
This is what I'm trying to say.
That's my thought process as well. You can't go back.
Jones
There's too much.
Be going back talking about, oh yeah, that 12-6 back then is that 12-6 back then. I want that fucking loss taken off my team. It was a disqualification because at the time where he signed the bout agreement, that wasn't the rule. It was against the law to do that. It was against the rules of engagement to do it at the time. And we've just got that's how we've got to look at it. Logically speaking, you've got to look at it at the time. If at the time, these are the rules of engagement that you and your opponent signed to, you broke that rule at the time. Maybe by the 1st of November, it's going to be legal. But at that time, for both of you, in that fucking same fight, rules of engagement was there's no 12-6. So you can't be going around trying to fucking clean up that record. Now I feel so passionate about this shit drive. When I saw it, I was like, no way. This man begging for this thing to get cleaned off his record.
There's too many accounts of it that we need to go back and be assessed, and how many people are then going to appeal, and then when you actually look at certain decisions that were made, you could be changing the course of history of where a belt went, where a championship fight went, where prospects or anything, you know what I mean, or even like title eliminators, anything. Like there's too many variables in there for it to be going, yeah, let's give him an appeal, cool, you never lost. You know what I mean? Like you can't do that after the fact. Like fantastic, yeah, it's changed and it's going to be great going forwards, but what has been is has been, and it ain't be changing anytime soon. Like that's my opinion on it too.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. People in the chat, please let us know what you think on this topic. I just think Jon Jones be asking for all types of shit that other fighters don't get. They be moving venues for him. They be changing picograms for him. They wanted to, you know what I mean, rewriting history. And
he's just trying to change the headlines of what his name's sticking out for at the moment. That's what it seems to be like.
You know what I mean? Only him could be looking at a year jail time or using 1,500 quid just to clean that shit up. Like this brother is a multi-fucking millionaire, man. 1,500 quid ain't gonna touch the sides. You know what I mean? So, but hey, let us know what you guys think on that topic there. We have another one right here. And people, before we go on to the next one, salute to everybody that's with us right now, whether you're watching live or playback. Make sure you're following the Rambling That podcast, the Head Kick podcast. Make sure that you're following all of us on our socials, the Fight Week Show. Go and subscribe, share if you're new, and let everybody know what we're doing over here, man. We're trying to grow all our platforms. And if you're on X right now, please, one of the best ways you can help us is jumping on YouTube, engaging in the chat, liking, sharing, doing all of that good stuff, man. So please, if you're watching on X, come and join us over here on YouTube. Come over to YouTube and join us. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget, we do our Dust Off Shakedown every Wednesday, 9 p.m. UK time. Don't miss it.